Alrighty, what we have here is going to be, you're getting exactly what you see. And what I mean by that, let's start off with, this is a 2000 Mercury Sable, pretty much loaded to the hilt. It has, as you can see, 110,347 miles on it, which I've checked. That is legit, accurate mileage. So basically, for, a 13-year-old car, that's very low mileage. Oh, with this thing also, I got to tell you guys about this. Pay attention here. You see that little red thing there? Listen. Hear that click? This has some jerky aftermarket alarm in it. See this? So you got to hit this thing. You got to get the right combinations. See, it stopped and it's blinking now. That's its set. You unlock it. Then you got to push this little green button. And you hear the clicking stops. Then you can start the car. See? She starts right up. But if you don't know the combination, this thing can drive you crazy. Believe me, it drove me crazy. Personally, first thing I'd do if I bought this car, I'd bring it and have that removed. Alright, right off the bat, we have electronic climate control, which I can tell you, it's 87 degrees out right now. That air is coming out of there really, really nice and cold. Alright, I have it set on 60. Actually, see, dead on. Outside temperature, 87 degrees. And I believe that is accurate. But I want to turn the fan down here because I don't want that to get in the way of the noise. Alright, let's check a few things. First of all, the radio on. Where's the FM? How the heck do I do this? Tune. This does have a 6-disc CD changer in it, I know that. See, it says discs 1 through 6. I don't know, though, scan, if this thing works or not. Oh, FM, that's what I wanted. Alright, I don't hear any noise coming out, so I don't know if the radio works or not. It's kind of irrelevant. This is going to be such a cheap car. There's your cassette deck. I don't know if that works. I don't know if the CD changer in the trunk works. It's got this thing here. It's a Sony thing. I don't know what this all means. You guys are going to really have to figure that one out on your own. I don't know enough about this to be able to tell you. Okay, enough of the radio. Anyway, let's check the power windows. Here's your right rear power window, up and down. Right front, up and down. Let's come around to this side. And your left rear, up and down. And the ever important driver's window works exactly as it should. All right, mirrors. Let's see, go to the left one. And that does work. All right, let's go to the right mirror. That does work too. All right, and let's check this out. Hey, this does have, believe it or not, a power tilt and slide sunroof. All right, you can see she works exactly as she's supposed to. I'm telling you, this car has a lot of equipment. All right, it even has the cover to pull. Your interior is in very nice shape, especially, you should, considering it's got only 110,000 miles on it. All right, it is a 4-speed automatic transmission. It's got your cruise control on the steering wheel. I don't know if that works. I've never tried it. Let's see, it's got a remote trunk, power door locks, automatic headlights. Looks like it's got fog lights. So it's got quite a bit of equipment. Oh, the power seat, or the driver's seat is power, and we'll go over that right now. It does, of course, have tilt wheel. Okay, here's your driver's door. You can see the interior of this car is the best part of it. I'm going to be honest with you. I got to let you guys know something. Oh, look, it's got the pedals, too. As you can see, they move in and they move out, so you can adjust the pedals. Here's your power seat working exactly as it should. Now, as I said, your driver's seat also looks like to be, in very nice, clean condition. This is a city car, okay? This car lived its entire life in the city. And you will see that this car has probably been hit more times than Mike Tyson. Okay, it's got a dirty Carfax, I'll tell you that straight up. It's had a few reported accidents. In fact, I know this door came off of a 1999 car. Reason I know that is I took the VIN number off of the door and it drove me crazy thinking I paid for a 2000 model year car and I got a 99. But when I actually checked the VIN number, which you can see is right here, okay, I verified that yes, this is a 2000. All right, but let's do the tires. Left front tire, not great. I'll give that maybe 45-50%. Nice clean alloy wheel. Rear tire, oh, that's much better. That's probably like 85-90%. We'll come around to this side. This tire, yeah, that's like the other side. That's 85, 90%. And the front tire, yeah, this is like the other side. Maybe, you know, 55, 50, 55%. So what I would do, swap the front tires and the rear tires. Why do you want to do that? Pretty much you want your best tread in the front because those are the driving wheels. This does have the twin cam, double overhead cam, as you can see, V6. But before we get there, let's do the outside. And like I said, it ain't pretty, but altogether it's not horrible. All right, right front fender, you have a little scratch right there coming around. This door has the obligatory scratches there, a little dinger there. Oh, typical Ford, the door locks don't work as they're supposed to. All right, this door, not so nice. Again, the paint's clean and shiny. It doesn't look horrible. Some scratches there. Of course, the rear bumper is a mess, which for some reason, I don't know what it is about living in the city, but as you can see, this is backed into a lot of stuff. Oh, this is the LS model. I guess that explains the leather and all the equipment. All right, here's your trunk. The car doesn't appear to be rusty or whatnot, so I don't think there's a problem there. It does look like it's got a 60/40 split fold-down seat. Here is your Sony disc player. I don't know why they would put it that far underneath. That looks like it's a pain in the ass to get to, but whatever. All right, this here, I just want to show you, does have a spare tire, and I did check underneath. Your jack and tools and everything are there. Okay, let's close this up. It does have the spoiler, which quite frankly, you know, whoop-de-doo. And the clear coat's coming off, as you can see. All right, it's got some half-baked aftermarket antenna there. And coming up this side, it's not any better on this side than it was on the other side. The clear coat paint, like I said, I think some body work's been done right there. I think the roof actually is like the only part that looks halfway decent, the roof and the hood on this car. Okay, like I said, this thing's been hit a number of times. But let me see, do these door locks work or no? Oh wait, they do work. I'm here dissing the door locks. All right, let's check out the back seat. It's very nice. The interior of the car is beautiful. So if you live in the city or you really don't care what the exterior looks like, this would be a good car for you. Yeah, you can see there's like no rust down here. No one around this here. Not too bad. In fact, you know what? Let me do the other side now that the doors are open. Because I always like to show underneath the doors because that really tells you about the rust situation. Okay, here's the inner door frame. As you can see, that's in fine condition. Coming around this one, going down, and you can see the bottom of the door is really good. So this car is very rust-free. So there's one thing you guys might want to consider, and that's up to you. All right, as we check out this side. Coming around. I hope I'm not going too fast. I don't want to make you guys nauseous and dizzy. All right, back away. We'll do this one here. And as you can see, we don't have any evidence of rust started. So basically, if you want, you can probably send this car out, have Mako fix a few of the dents, scrape it down, paint it. Probably $400 or $500, you can make this car look really nice. All right, and of course, we have your driver's door. But that's up to you. Like I said, if you don't mind the way the body looks, you just want a decent running car, then one that's comfortable on the inside, this might be the car for you. All right, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and I'll go over everything I know. But as you can see, the mirrors, you know, hanging off a little bit. That could probably be a little attached a little better. It does have a little door keypad there, a little dent there, some scratches. Coming around to the front, and the front looks just like the rear. I don't know what it is, front and rear on these city cars. You can see it's not beautiful. Surprisingly, though, underneath, the spoiler area and everything is not all beat up. The lights are there, everything. Normally when the bumper's beat up, so's that part. The engine. All right, I spent about $300-400 on this car. I did a complete tune-up on this car, plugs, coil pack. I did all kinds of stuff to get this car to run good. All right, so I did spend some money to try to make this right. But here, I want you to listen to this. I mean, you can see I replaced these. Here, I did a bunch of other stuff too. Like I said, I spent $300-400 on it. Let's see if we can rev her up. If I can get my finger in here. Now, you don't need to be a mechanic to know that sounds good. There's no valve tap. There is no lower end knock, no high rev knock. Okay, you are getting a really good engine in this car. There's your horn for your for the car. I actually disconnected that because I got so sick of listening to the horn go off. Honestly, like I said, you need to really go ahead and have that removed. Unless you live in the city and you want the alarm, that's up to you. But to me, it's just a huge pain in the butt. All right, and here's the front with the hood down. You know, the headlights look nice and clean. The hood looks pretty clean. Oh, it even, look at this. Until December of this year, you've even got a very good New Jersey State inspection sticker. Step back from the car, and overall, it's a nice, pretty nice looking car. But here, let's be real, folks. It ain't perfect. It's not gorgeous, but it is what you're getting. It's going to be a cheap, mid-sized, decent running car. All right? I'm going to set up the camera on the inside now. We're going to go for a ride. All right, folks. Now we're going to take her for a spin. Okay, one thing I want to mention to you guys, and I feel it's kind of important, it may not have any bearing or relevance on you or not, but one of the codes that came up when I sent it to my mechanic for the check engine issue, it was a torque converter solenoid code, he said. Now, what he told me is when a car sits for a long time, sometimes they get sticky and it'll throw that light. Well, since he turned it out, I didn't do anything to repair it. But since he turned it out, and it shifts perfectly, as you'll see, the light hasn't come back on. But I figured it's only fair to tell you that that was an issue. It may happen again. It may not ever happen again. But I have to tell you guys that. But here's what I can tell you. It shifts through all the gears just right. Okay? Now I'm going to see, set the cruise. Look at that. Cruise control works exactly as it should. The car goes down the road really nice and straight, which actually surprises me because usually these city cars have terrible alignments in them because, you know, of all the potholes. I do hear some clunking from the front end, which usually indicates, you know, a shock or a strut or something is going. All right, like I said, the car is not perfect. The brakes feel good. But again, it's going to be exactly what it is. A 5-passenger, relatively inexpensive car. And these cars are very cheap to fix, too. That's the good news, too. But as you're getting it, it's got low mileage, so you know the engine's got a ton of life left in it. It's a great running car, lots of creature comforts, ice-cold air, basically everything you need in a beater car. This is a premium beater car, is what I would call this thing. But yeah, you can see, look at, she gets right up to, boom, 50, 55, 60 miles an hour, no problem. The automatic overdrive seems to work perfectly. Tracks down the road, like I said, nice and straight. It's not a beauty queen, but you know what? For basic transportation, inexpensive transportation, this is the car you want. All right, we're going to do a brake test right now, which all that consists of is me pulling into this vacant lot across the street from my place, letting go of the steering wheel, slamming on the brakes. Pay attention to what happens with the steering wheel. That will tell you a lot of things about anti-lock brakes, brake equalization, that sort of thing. All right, so we're going to pull in here right now. I know there's a little patch of loose gravel, which is a nice way to test it. And then, okay, now if you'll notice, I don't know if you could hear that on the video or not, but if you notice, I heard the anti-lock brake pump come on. The steering wheel did a little jiggle like that. It's supposed to do that. That's good news. It means that yes, this car does have anti-lock brakes, and yes, indeed, it does work. So this actually, I'll be honest with you, if I had a 16, 17-year-old kid starting to drive, this is the car I'd put his butt in. It's already kind of beat up, so if he hits something with it, like as a fender bender, who cares? It's going to be cheap, so you won't be upset if he wrecks the thing completely. But it's got everything a kid wants, you know, power sunroof, air conditioning, its wheels. It's going to be cheap. It's cheap to fix. This could be the ideal first car. Or if you basically need just a good running second car for your family. Okay, so let's do a recap. I'm going to pop the camera off of here. If I can do this without dropping it, that'll be good. All right, there's that. All right, I did it. This is, as I said, a 2000 Mercury Sable LS with only 110,349 miles on it. It's clean. It's decent looking. We'll take a nice walk around it. All right, so you guys can get a little recap on that. Pretty much appears that all the options do work in it, you know, as far as the power equipment, power windows, air conditioning. Again, I have to emphasize, it is not a beauty queen. Like I said, it's been hit quite a few times, but it's a city car. Came from Jersey City. This is what you get. The good news is I didn't have to pay a lot of money to get the car, and I put a little bit of money in it just to make sure it's safe and it runs good. But, you know, like I said, it is what it is. So somebody's going to get what they're paying for. Absolutely. I always try to give value for my money, or for your money. You're going to get what you're paying for, and I'll tell you what, this is one heck of a nice car. Like I said, it's got that jerky aftermarket alarm, which I'm trying to tell you is I would dump that thing right away, because let me tell you something, you don't want it. But that'll be up to you. All right, folks, as I always do, I hope that someone needs either a good first car for their child, and again, safety-wise, I would have no issues putting my kid in this car at all. Or if you need a good 5-passenger family car as a second car, or just as a beater car, this is the perfect one. And remember, it's got a good inspection sticker for a while. You'll be good to go. And once again, thank you, folks.